again. I'm JT. Say something, Mike.
What it do?
We here for another quick episode.
No.
For can I?
My bad. I'm gonna let you run.
It's already autocorrect. No. let me talk. Let me bring us in, bro.
My bad.
Let me mess up first, and then you're correct. That's what correcting means.
I'm just here.
Oh, preventive correcting, huh?
Minority report.
Yeah.
I catch you before you do something wrong. You was going down the wrong path, brother.
No, I was going down a straight path.
Right on.
Well, I tell you. But we goddamn, we here for Iyanla episode Fix My Life. Yes, she did. She did a couple of times this episode.
She loves to give it to us.
Yeah, she been giving it to us a lot this season, you know.
She gave us an extra one on the last episode. Like she hit a different note.
Something like that.
Yeah. It made me happy. You know that. Hey, Iyanla, I love Iyanla. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was the story of Jennifer and David, a married couple, living somewhere in America, and they having problems with their marriage. And I think Jen, the wife, called Iyanla to come fix it.
Y'all on nickname now. You call it Jen?
Hey, that's what they called her. We on nickname status now. Jen,
you know Jen. You know how we do. All right, my bad.
You know, I felt like I knew her.
Right on.
You know, and so they, she called Iyanla, come fix her life, and so Iyanla come and sit down with her, and you know, she tells her story to Iyanla. We find out that she was how do I say abused? No, wrong story. She was put up for adoption or foster care. Her parents were addicts, but she didn't give like what the addict addiction was, right. Did she? Like, you know, drinking drugs. We don't know, but we just know they were strung out on whatever, and they gave her up. You know, they had enough sense, you know, to figure out that we can't, you know, take care of this child. I think she was around 5, and they gave her up for adoption. And you know, basically how, you know, Iyanla came at her like, you know, how you feel about that? You know, what she said. You know, I think they did good as far as giving me. She was, well, what's the real? And you know, she was like, well, like rejection. You know, like, you know, yeah.
I think most kids would feel rejected, abandoned. Yeah, like, you know, basically, mama didn't want me, daddy didn't want me.
Your mama ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, and you ain't shit. Basically, I can hear that with her.
All right, JT.
And so, and she realizes, like, you know, her marriage is breaking up, or is broken up. We find out the husband has moved out. He got his own spot, but he comes home for dinner. Which don't make no kind of sense.
Hey,
you know,
I mean, I guess if you got it like that, then why?
But she has like, he took the ring off, and she has the necklace with the ring on it.
With his wedding ring.
That pretty much tells you she holding on. So she gonna allow that to happen.
Right.
You know, to keep on going on. What's your thoughts on it? Might be, you know, from her story.
Oh, you done included the husband?
Well, I did. I was about to continue.
As far as her story, well, remember Iyanla asked, like, you know, why am I here? And she started talking about the marriage. She said she realized that to her, the relationship or the marriage was kind of troubled, like 6 years, for the past 6 years, when she found the letter that her husband wrote to somebody.
Yeah, somebody.
Iyanla's like, a woman?
I don't know.
And it was I've noticed, like, in this episode, it was a whole lot of ambiguity, if you can call it that, where they just weren't specific as to who he was talking to. It's like
and every time he answered, it was like they or my relationship with the person.
A person.
You know, I'm like, you know, usually they say her or the woman.
You know, I got caught cheating with another woman. Yeah. It was my wife's sister. You know, something like that.
You know, that led me to believe that he was having, you know, homosexual activity. And
I felt like that was like sprinkled throughout this entire episode.
Yes.
And it had us And Iyanla and the crew, they did a good job at like leading us down that path without anybody specifically saying it. You know what I mean?
I don't even think they were leading us. It was just how they responded to her questions.
And yes, him especially.
Yeah, you know, he was just teetering. The answer's right here, and he just going all around that bitch. You know,
right. Especially when Iyanla went to go talk to David.
Yeah, when she go talk to him in his apartment. You know, and
look, soon as she opened the door and sat down, she ain't said not one word. He had tears coming. I said, Negro.
She's like, tell me what and he got anything to say or something. He's like, no, he was like going,
and just staring at this like the.
And then we just sitting there for like 10 seconds.
Like, what's going on?
And I'm like, what's the no for? I don't understand.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah. Like he didn't know she was gonna ask him questions. Like she came over for spades.
Like I thought you were just saying.
I got some daiquiris here. You want daiquiri? You know.
He wasn't ready for that. She sat down and she had a serious face. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
It better get real. And he wasn't ready. And she had, the first question might be.
Tears started out. So that right there led me to believe you got some shit going on, brother.
That he need to tell.
He was just waiting on the opportunity, but it pissed me off because his ass still didn't say nothing.
He didn't say nothing, you know.
It was right there, and then y'all knew it. She said, I didn't come all the way down here and 8 inches of snow for you to lie to me, motherfucker. She didn't cuss, but that's how she looked at him. She gave him that face like, we ain't about to be playing no games.
You know, straighten up. You know, when she gets serious, straighten up that her blazer. You know, and they get the straight face. She gonna be that laugh and then get the straight face. You know. But anyway, you know, we found out that he was abused when he was 5 by his, I guess, older brother. And then he said when she asked him, like, you know, did you tell anybody? He was like, I didn't know it. I didn't know I was supposed to. Yeah, I didn't know to tell anybody. You know, it was a new experience. You know, I don't know. He didn't know.
Right.
And then when he, you know, came to his brother, did he say was he older by then?
I would assume that he was older when he approached him.
When he approached him. And the brother had
you can't come to somebody with some news like that if you ain't old enough to fight.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fighting conversation.
Yeah.
Or you have to be prepared to say
he had some type of clarity.
Shit get let go left.
Something was wrong.
Right.
You know, when you're 5, you really don't know. It was a different experience. Right. And you know, it could be detrimental or a blessing. You don't know. But anyway, he approached his brother, and his brother acted like, "What you talking about?" And I was playing basketball when that happened. You know, like he must have been somebody else. And then,
I thought he said that when he was talking to the brother made it seem like it was his fault.
It was his fault. I mean, but I'm just saying, like it was like he had no. He didn't take responsibility for it. Like, you know, it was his fault. You know, he was just giving it on him. And then he tried to blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
And said, you know,
saying like it was the way that he was acting or something like that. Which led me, I'm like, once again, I'm thinking like, well, how was he acting to where you think that it's okay or this might be what he wants for you to molest your younger brother? Like this, it wasn't making too much sense.
It seemed like the older brother was molested also. And went, you know, and did it to his brother. All, you know, that's my thought. That's my thought. You know,
all right.
I think it was learned behavior, and you know, hey, he haven't found his truth yet, so he gonna deny.
But then he was like, the brother eventually passed away, so he didn't really get closure from that situation.
He was pissed off about it. You know,
he's still dealing with it.
Yeah, basically, he didn't own up to what his brother did to him.
Right.
And so and he said it was almost like that was the main reason why he couldn't have a relationship with his wife, or he felt normal, and that further let us know.
Yeah, because Iyanla was one of the things that he admitted. He said when he proposed to his wife, it was a joke, and he didn't want to marry her.
He was saying it in jest.
But then she said yes, so he was like, "Well, this is my opportunity to be normal." Like, what does that mean? Like, how did you feel before then to where now just doing regular shit, man, woman, makes you feel normal? I thought just normal is normal. But then Iyanla, like, that further led Iyanla down this path. Like, is something there that you want to tell? Like, what the hell is going on?
We got this again.
What is going on? And he was sitting there like, I don't want to tell you. He was like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to lose my job. I feel like my family would turn against me. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, did you kill kids when you was a little? Like, what the hell could it be where you lose your job?
I think the brother, and then, you know, I just think, you know, him having homosexual relations. I think he was just ashamed.
But then too,
embarrassed.
How would you? Okay, at first I was like, maybe he's talking about his job as a pastor, because which we didn't mention, he was a pastor. But then Iyanla came back and said, well, why aren't you preaching anymore? Like, why aren't you in the pulpit anymore? So what job is he talking about losing?
But, you know, people get over, like, pastors cheating.
They do.
But when the homosexual come out.
But, and see, like, once again, that was what was leading us down that homosexual path. Then this motherfucker gonna come out and say, I have an addiction to pornography.
I think that was just a cover.
It was the first thing he could think of that'll make a little bit of sense.
I think he just said that to make her stop asking, because she kind of quit after that.
Yeah,
you know.
But I guarantee you, she didn't really accept it.
No, she all like this dude. You know,
pornography, and she's like, and I'm thinking like, okay,
that's your big secret.
If your job find out that you looking at porn, you gonna lose your job. It's half the motherfuckers at work looking at porn at work.
At work?
And so now you gonna lose your job.
No. You part of the loop when you start showing porn.
He gonna say, I don't want my kids to know. Motherfucker, your kids is looking at porn, pimping.
They look like two, almost, they look like they over 18. Or they almost. Well, one of them looked like he was old enough, and the other one looked like he was still in high school.
I guarantee you, they know what porn is, they know where to go for porn,
so it
they've probably been in porn.
Pops like titty and ass.
Regular shit. I just feel like that's a part of life. I mean, you have to be really, really sheltered, especially in 2000 and anything, to not know about porn. So his kids, maybe he think they'll look at him different. No, forget it. I don't believe that excuse at all.
We don't believe you. You need more people. Pretty much. And it was just him by himself. So I don't believe nothing as far as the little porn goes. You know, it don't make no sense. I
mean, you crying this much
support
because you are addicted to porn. You admitted that you cheated on your wife 30 days after your marriage. You admitted that you cheated several times.
But
your wife knows about the porn.
but you don't want to just say it. Maybe he didn't want to just say it. Maybe once he says it, you know, it's real.
The porn thing?
The porn thing. I'm trying to give him hope.
For what?
It ain't working.
You lied. He lied to us.
I'm lying to myself, saying.
Also, we found out that he don't wear his wedding ring, and like you said earlier, the wife wears it around her neck. So Iyanla eventually gets those two together to have a conversation.
Yeah, and basically she told him before then, like, you know, you're gonna have to tell her, you know, your reason as far as the proposal, the marriage.
The marriage.
And so he goes and tells the wife, you know, I said it in jest, in a jokingly manner, and when you said yes, like you said, it gave me a chance to be normal.
And I didn't understand why the wife didn't question that. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I think she knows, brother.
Maybe so.
And
because
I think she knows.
You know how I think she knows? Because that letter said a little bit more than what she admitted.
She said that freaking letter. The pastor wife said freaking.
The freaking letter.
The freaking letter. She pissed off about that letter. You know, and so it was more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah, because the letter was of him asking somebody to do things of a sexual nature,
and they never gave a gender.
Which is that boggles my mind.
And so he told her
he cheated with a person 30 days after that. You know, I mean, that goes without saying. Now, had he said I cheated with an animal, then this might be a little bit different. you know, because that's frowned upon.
That no, when he said normal, that just gives you that's the what,
like why would he want us to know it was a woman?
But we know though. I mean he was giving all the signs when he said it give me a chance to be normal. That means you were doing something other than
abnormal.
Yeah.
Before then, like oh shit, she done said yes. Now's my chance.
Yeah. Let me take it.
Yes, this is my only out to be normal or my only in.
And as usual and understandable, you know, she was a woman.
Yeah,
so I didn't think she got pissed. She gave the ring back, said, well, okay, since
she gave both rings back.
You know, since you said you didn't, you know, wasn't what's the word? I'm like, don't look at me, Mike.
In love,
basically,
like you didn't want.
You know, he didn't want the marriage.
Oh, and he kept giving excuses, having her believe that there's a chance that it's still going to work. She was thinking that it was some type of sickness or illness that he was going through, and he just needed some time to clear shit up, get his mind right. So she was holding on to that. Like I'm sure most women would, if they have feelings for their husband.
She had the man ring around on that.
So she was holding on.
She was holding on to their life.
And every day when he came over for dinner, if he's like, she still got that damn neck. Everywhere he go. He laughing when he go home to his apartment. While she there at the house with the kids.
She still got that damn ring around her neck.
I try to tell her.
She don't know.
She still don't know. And
she was pissed, of course, and she
said she
said,
felt I want. She said she felt like she was the fool for believing in his ass and believing that what he was saying as far as once he gets his shit together, they're going to work this thing out.
Yeah,
I mean, he had no intentions, especially since he confessed to her that the proposal was a joke. So he hasn't been married to her ever since their wedding day. Like he had no love for her as far as a wife since day one.
He treated it like it was a choice of sandwich. Like you want ham or turkey, and the person gave you turkey because the ham fell on the floor. You're like, okay, I'll just eat it.
And for 20 plus years they've been married. Can you imagine just dealing for that long?
And having 2 sons.
Having 2 kids.
Well, they did bring the kids in, the 2 sons, and I think they're not kids. I think one looks like he's a college age person. The other one looks like he's like a junior or senior in high school, around that age. They look older than around 17.
They look old enough, like I said, for porn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not to be in porn, but old enough to know what porn is. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, straight it out, Mike. Go ahead, straight. I heard that beat. Trying to back up. But I think the youngest one took it a little bit more harder than the older. The older one had a better perspective on it. You know, she said because Iyanla's like, you've been through relationships, and he was like, and she said, you know, however they work. And he was like, sometimes they, and he was like. But
this is after the father explained to the boys.
Oh yeah, I mean, he told them, basically that they are getting divorced. They're working towards that, and which was, I guess, a lie after we heard the little update. Mm-hmm. But they took it. I don't know how well they took it, but they took it in a stride.
If your father has another apartment, I think mentally you've already started preparing yourself. Yeah, because this shit ain't right. I mean, on TV you don't see mother and father that's married living in 2 separate houses, and father doing whoever, somebody at his own crib. Your mama wearing your daddy's wedding ring around her neck, and your mama crying at night. Your mama counting the days since she's had sex with your daddy.
50 days.
Shit ain't right.
50 days.
50 days. She said he brushed up against her, and it was an accident. It was his stomach brushed up against her back. She's like, watch out there now. She said, it's been a long time. Don't get me hot and bothered up in here. I'm like, 50 days on Soul Play. Did you just grind on me a little? It was sad.
It was, to me, it was sad. I don't think, because I didn't even see any tension, really.
It wasn't no tension.
And the kids didn't even seem like they were offended. Like, I didn't feel like it was like fussing in the house. Mm-hmm. It was just a sad situation. Mm-hmm.
Because the father is not being. He's still not being truthful.
Yeah.
There's still something there, and which is why I believe when they gave us the update, neither one of them is filed for divorce. He's comfortable living in this thing, whatever it is, because he's not ready to lose his job. He's not ready to possibly lose his family for whatever it is that he's holding in.
To me, when it's like that, I mean, you already been exposed as far as your feelings and stuff, and I would think like I think that whatever he's dealing with, it ain't something that he wants to deal with. I think he wants to be with the family. He wants to. Like he said before, he told you. He said, I want to feel like I want to be normal. And I think he's just fighting.
He's also talked to a psychiatrist or before.
And so I'm thinking that, I think he's just torn. That's why he's still, because I think if the man would really want to be in a different relationship and he's out of apartment and still, I think he'll just really cut ties. I don't think he'll still be. They haven't even filed for divorce.
Right.
I think once he's been out or exposed or said he don't want the marriage anymore, I think that would have really gave him leeway to say, hey, I'm done with this. She knows how I feel now. Let's get divorced. I have my own apartment, whatever. But I think he's still dragging him along. Not her. I think she's still in her feelings, She wanted to work. I think she just in love with the man.
Well, I mean, what woman wouldn't?
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's not like he's abusing her. He's being unfaithful. It seems like she's forgiving him for his infidelities, but.
And he said he wanted her to take the ring back, and so I'm like,
So we're back at square one.
Back at square one. They damn near went backwards. It's back at square -1. Goddamn it. Because Iyanla didn't even have to make that trip, really.
So I see when Iyanla go and do shit like this, and the people don't really change. I would charge their ass. It's like, you paying for my trip, you paying for my hotel, you paying for my crew, everything, and we still putting y'all on blast on TV.
And to me, this is like it ain't fix my life. Is come take the trip so we can talk to you.
Yeah, come check us out.
Yeah,
Iyanla, come check us out. See what kind of shit we got going.
It seems like It seems like it's more. It's talking about the production of the show. Right. It's just more. I wouldn't say popcorn, but they ain't delving more into like the last few seasons for doing work. Like when she say, are you ready to do the work? It seems like we just getting. And
we're just scratching the surface nowadays.
It don't seem like it was just time spent trying to get.
But look at this guy. I mean, how long would she have to be there? I don't think he was ever going to be ready to talk to Iyanla, to his wife. He's still holding on. He's been doing this shit for 20 years. He lived a life for 20 years. And when you think Iyanla coming there for a week or whatever is going to, make him or shake him up enough to just be honest with himself.
I guess
she's only one woman. Like she told his ass today, I ain't Jesus. She said, I'm Iyanla. You give me a half a loaf, I'm going to give you back a half a loaf. I can't multiply this shit.
Damn near give you less than a half a loaf. Shit.
But anyway,
I'm done, brother.
That was the show, people.
Till next time.